So this is definitely one of the more closely guarded secrets in bike swapping and flipping, and that is how to properly adjust the clutch cable. It sounds like a really simple thing to do, but I can't tell you guys how many times I've bought a bike and the guy swears, oh, it's got a blown clutch, I'll give it to you 50, 100 bucks, just take it out of here or whatever, it's got a bad clutch. And so many times, really, it's just a misadjusted clutch cable. These clutches do burn out just like in a car, but on these old bikes it's actually quite rare. If you're racing your bike, or if you're the type of person who sits at a red light with the clutch pulled in or whatever, you are going to run your clutch out, and it is possible to blow out a clutch. But on these bikes, a lot of these 80s bikes, oftentimes you'll see them with only like 20,000 miles, and their clutches are perfectly fine, and the only thing that's wrong is that they've got this thing misadjusted, and so the clutch is slipping. So in this video we're going to go over the 3 adjustment points on a clutch cable, and we're going to go over how to adjust them. So a clutch cable is definitely one of the simpler things you have on your bike. Basically it's this long cable that runs up to your handlebar, and it's got this plastic sheath around it, and it's attached not only here up at your handlebar as well, but also right here. And this is an arm that sticks down, and when you pull in your cable, this runs in and it pulls this up. Now I'm going to pull it for you guys, and you can see it's actually a very small amount of movement. This is totally at rest, and this is completely pulled in, so it's a very small amount of movement, so this does have to be adjusted rather well. This right here is the most common adjustment point. If your clutch is slipping, that is, you're in gear or whatever, you're revving your engine and your engine speeds are going up but the bike isn't going much faster, then go ahead and see this knuckle, adjust your nuts so that the knuckle goes down. Okay? This is the upper knuckle right here. So you're going to basically screw these nuts in so that the knuckle goes down. If when you pull the clutch, your clutch doesn't disengage, and you have a hard time like ka-chunking into gear, or you just can't put the bike in gear, go ahead and twist the nuts so that the knuckle goes up. That's basically the simplest way to do it. If for some reason you've been messing with your clutch cable, let's say your clutch cable broke and you had to replace it or whatever, and now it's not working right, you can also adjust it right here. This works just like your brake lever, just like your shift lever. You can pop this out. You unscrew, or you take out this little circlip here. You pop it out, rotate it, and then pop it back in. And that way you can get like a lot more. You can get a lot more grip on it, or you can get less grip, depending on how you want to adjust it. This is the final adjustment point up here at the handlebar, and it works basically the same way. I use this adjustment point to make the lever as tight as I want it. I can have like a feather light clutch so that it'll engage if I just do it like that, if that's my preference, or a stronger one where I have to pull it in a little bit more. That's all depending on rider preference. But if you're finding that you can't disengage the clutch or engage the clutch, this is also an adjustment point that you can use, because it will also have an effect on the total length of the sheath that's outside of the cable. So basically, my process for adjusting the clutch cable is fairly intuitive. I'll adjust it to where I think it needs to be. Then I'll go ahead and start the bike up in neutral. Hang on to the front brake, and then I'll throw it into first. If it's a hard time throwing it into first, it chunks down, or as soon as I throw it into first, it kills the bike or whatever, then I need to lower that knuckle down a little bit. If I throw it into first and then I can release the clutch and the bike still doesn't move ahead, then I know I need to raise it up a little bit and grab a little bit more meat on that clutch lever. The final test is when you're in top gear or whatever, and you just gun it. You just give it all the gas you can in top gear. You shouldn't feel any slippage at all. And you watch your tachometer. If your tachometer is going up and your speedometer is not going up, or you feel the clutch slipping, you know, a little bit, then you know that you need a little bit more adjustment. So if you can pass that top gear test, then you know that you're good. So that's the process. If you guys have any questions about it, let me know.